Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. And oh boy, Breaker in action, fellas. You are going to see quite a performance. Maybe even 2 games. We'll see how the things will look like. Meanwhile, Monkey came to the stream yesterday and he said, "Skill, I have crafted amazing game with a Breaker." So you know what? We are going to check it out and we will see how the things are going to look like. Meanwhile, very humble loadout, 30 standard shells, 25 gold shells, 15 high explosives. Interesting. And we had a very similar situation ourselves with the Breaker that in this map we took the hold down position and enemies were just straight up choking. They could not do absolutely anything for us. And let's see, will Monkey do the same situation and will he try to take... where is my mouse? Will he try to take this position over there? This is the question, because usually if you are sitting in the pretty much perfect hold down, no one can do anything for you. Even Jack Pizda cannot penetrate you that easily. And yes, we can clearly see that the guy is going here. I can imagine that if enemies are going to be silly and they are going to be peeking against him, it is GG. A funny thing, whenever we were playing with a Breaker, I think it is in the YouTube as well, we met another Breaker and pretty much all we were doing, we were pretty much dancing for each other because none of us could do absolutely anything in this type of situation. Now, we can clearly see that the gun handling of the Breaker is pretty solid and pretty nice, and obviously if you are in the close distance, good luck to do anything. Even long distance, close distance doesn't really matter. As you can see, this guy is sitting in the open field and he's like, good luck. Good luck, fellas, good luck. This is exactly what Monkey is doing. So far, everything is looking normal. So far, everything is looking good. And Skill, I do not understand why are you showing this replay for us. Well, give it a bit of time, fellas. Monkey got angry. Monkey doesn't feel as good as he felt before because he cannot penetrate anything. So Monkey tapped the 2 key. And you know what 2 key means? Well, that means, oh, Tie 5 heavy, how are you doing? Actually, that is Tie 4 heavy. Beautiful shot to the cupola. Unfortunately, RNG wasn't there, but that is okay. Fair play. Not much what we can change about that. And looking into all of this stuff, fellas, Kranwagen is in quite a bit of the pickle situation. He's just getting slapped by his cupola. Object is literally ignoring the Breaker. What he's supposed to do. Breaker cannot penetrate him. Actually, below the frontal mantlet, he should be able to penetrate him. I have a feeling that via the mantlet, he should be easy able to slap that 705A. Now, the moral of the story whenever you are playing with a Breaker, what can we figure out now, fellas? What can we figure out now? Whenever you are sitting in the good position and whenever enemies are, well, your good position is that you are sitting hold down, right? And whenever enemies are peeking and trying to make some sort of plays against you, whenever you are fully hold down, you don't peek it. You just, if you are facing the Breaker in this type of situation, you do not peek, you do not try to do anything here. It's just simply not worth it because Breaker is going to eat you alive, literally. Breaker is just simply going to eat you alive. It is not the right play to do, and this is not the right performance which you want to have, you know? It's just way too dangerous for you to be playing the game this way. Meanwhile, we can see 4,800 damage in 4 minutes, but I have a feeling that next 3 minutes is going to be something else. That being said, Breaker found his W key and he is thinking what to do next. Either to go for Ratetate or ignore Ratetate. He made the decision to ignore Ratetate and now here we go. Beautiful. He eliminated the Tie 4 heavy from the game and oh my bananas. Mr. Ratetate, you think you are strong tank? I will show you what strong tank is. Every single 6 seconds, 500, 500, 500, 500. If I would be in this Ratatata position, I would be a bit upset and a bit disappointed that my powerful tank just got eliminated just like so, right? There is still a lot of meat left on the bone, and obviously Monkey is just making pressure, which is the correct way to do the things. Now this is kind of dangerous way to cross like this, just because you can get penetrated by a Starva and by the object if they would be sitting in this position. But nevertheless, it is alright, he cannot complain about this. Enemies did not react properly, so he can just simply farm the living crap out of this poor object. Object cannot do too much, because in order to penetrate this vehicle, he needs to aim for his lower plate, or alternatively, the line on top over there, right, depending how tall you are as a tank, right? We have just seen the Mr. Jack Pizda, who just fired his shell, so obviously Monkey has a bit of the time to say hello and to go in front. Meanwhile, he is taking the corner, which is a bit of the block for a teammate. I could definitely see that, and I believe the tier 9 could see that as well. Going against Jack Pizda. Oh man. Mr. Monkey, you have a huge banana and big balls. I can tell you that much. That is absolutely insanity. That wasn't the smartest thing, honestly. Because easily in this type of situation, Jack Pizda could have penetrated him, but I have a feeling that he really wanted his 10,000 damage. I think that's the whole point. Meanwhile, the T95 significantly low-rolled the Monkey, like, to the huge margin. You know, he has 750 alpha damage, so to low roll for 500, that is something. But to be fair with you, I don't really think that it is changing the situation, because object should be able to eliminate him from the game with one shot nevertheless, right? And as you can see, pressure definitely paid off in this type of situation. Meanwhile, Monkey is getting a bit of his own medicine while Bobject is crossing through him, and now this is a farming fiesta. The Starva in the open field, he is just simply easy target, and all he needs to do, he needs to farm this object. 7 kills, 12,000 damage. Can he get the 8th kill? This is the question, fellas. And once again, Breaker is extremely powerful tank whenever stars are aligned. Absolutely, 100% yes. It is absolutely ridiculous and absolutely insanity. But once again, not every single time you will be able to do this type of score, especially with the tanks like this. When I personally played with a Breaker, I had some games when I felt the most powerful mother trucker, and in some games I felt like it was underwhelming, right? That is the first game. I will have another one. I want to show more examples of the Breaker, right? Meanwhile, where the score goes, my beautiful Monkey, congratulations. Very, very nice. Solid ace wanker. High caliber, steel wall, top gun. 12,200 damage, 1.7 base experience. This is insanity, and quite a bit of the minus, but that's to be expected. Nevertheless, beautiful game. Now let's teleport to the round number 2. And the round number 2, I want to take a second to pay attention. What kind of map do we have? A hold down map. Did you notice? Yeah. In both of the situations, we can clearly see that the Breakers were thriving whenever they can play hold down. And without even watching this replay, right, knowing the map, what we have here, it is very, very, very clear that the Breaker is going to go to this position right here, and he is going to slap every and each heavy tank / tank destroyer, doesn't really matter who would make mild pressure, okay? We can clearly see that it is not a rocket science, and this is how this tank is looking like. You love hold down with this tank. That's all there is to say. And we can see that gentleman has the second mark of excellence. By the way, we are watching Onu from the camp clan playing with a Breaker, right? And let's see how well he can camp. This is the question. Now, once again, very, very clear situation going into the hold down position. which takes a bit of time, but once again, this is understandable. Also, what a cool thing. I just noticed that the artillery on top of the hill, or the turret, if you will, moved, right? This is the new thing for me. I never noticed that, and oh my bananas. It is not as perfect as I would love to say it is for this tank, and the main reason why so he cannot play fully hold down unless he is finding this position over there. And now, fellas, yeah, pay attention at this. Now we are having quite a different situation, if you know what I mean. The situation changed. Now he is playing fully hold down, and he has meatballs such as Mouse trying to make quite a bit of pressure, IS-7, Baza 79, Carrot. Pretty much all he needs to do, he needs to reload slap, reload slap, reload slap, reload slap. And this is how this game is looking like. Absolutely amazing, and the best luck that you can get. Also, I can spoil you this a bit, that this game is going to be very short as well, comparing to those super duper hyper turbo games, right? Whenever people are getting themselves a massive damage score, usually takes 10 minutes, 14 minutes, whatever, almost 15 minutes in order to farm this damage. With the breakers, it doesn't really matter. The first game was 7 minutes, and this one is the very similar length of a game as well, right? Beautiful shot to the Baza. He found a very, very nice angle. That's great. Now trying to punish the IS-7. Beautiful shot, probably 50-50 shot, but nevertheless beautiful shot. And by the way, if you are wondering who is stopping the enemy team, not the Mouse, not the Ratatate, not anyone else but this Breaker. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. This is the guy who is responsible for enemy team pressure being stopped, you know? This is how it feels like. And this is not very comfortable position to play in, by the way, fellas. What he is doing here, he is all the time trying to relocate, to find a bit better hold down position and whatnot. This is not very comfortable gameplay, if you know what I mean. But nevertheless, yeah, Onu is making it work, and this is beautiful. 8,000 damage just like so. And we are watching the farming simulator. This is absolutely insanity, and this is crazy, fellas. It is just insanity and crazy. But once again, for that type of stuff, you need to have a luck that enemies are going to be silly enough to peek against you, right? This is the thing. This is the most important thing to highlight. Meanwhile, Evoker, you scared the living crap out of me. By the way, whenever I'm doing the recordings, I am not live streaming, and those are some wild subs that are trying to maybe get into the YouTube video, or maybe to show some love, even though we are not streaming at this point in time. Could be happening as well, right? Beautiful. Very, 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 very nice. 9.5 thousand damage. He's making sure that enemy Breaker will regret his life choices, even though enemy Breaker is reloading faster than he does. I don't really think it matters to him. Meanwhile, pay attention how he's ignoring the enemy Breaker, because he doesn't really have that many of the hit points left, right? Have you seen that? Yeah, that's quite clear that he's going for a damage. And this is a solid 10,000 damage just like this, and there is still quite a bit of the meat left on the bone. There is 7,000 hit points from the enemy team left, and can he get some more use? This is the question. IS-7 just stopped in the middle of the field. He's trying to overtake with a Breaker. Unfortunately, he needed to push the enemy out of the position a bit, but that is okay. That is not a critical situation, or this is nothing mean. At least I do not look into this as a mean thing, considering that nor the IS-7 got hit, or neither he was aiming for something. Meanwhile, I do not know, but for me, this satellite view, or however you would call this, I do not really like how it looks like, so I personally don't use it, but some people are enjoying to use it, same like yeah, Onu, and just to pay attention how they can relocate and whatnot. Meanwhile, high explosive shell. Oh wow, we are watching the fluffy super unicum over there. He saw that paper tank is going up front, so he instantly loaded the high explosive ammunition, and as you can see, he is not even bothering with the standards by any shape or any form. I was about to say I am surprised that he did not load the high explosive to a Sterva, but clearly he has done that and he's thinking, god damn it, I could have gotten another shot over there. Now probably he's calculating what he wants to do here. He is slapping the E50M and he doesn't care about him because he doesn't have enough hit points left at this point in time, and he is going for a Sterva. Very good player, I can promise you that. He knows exactly what he is doing. He knows that his team is winning, and he knows that he can get quite a bit of the use in this way. Meanwhile, he's aiming for a lower plate. Beautiful shot, quite a bit of the hot damage here, and 12,700 damage. And once again, game another 7 minutes. This tank is extremely powerful when all stars are aligned. But if it is not the case, then this is where the question starts, at least in my opinion, right? Looking into the performance, obviously another ace, high caliber, Confederate medal, steel wall, 12.7 thousand damage, 1.7 base experience, and quite a bit of the credits lost. But this is not a big surprise considering that he was spamming full gold. By the way, he lost only 4,000. So you know what? For 12.7 thousand damage to lose 4,000 credits, I would say it is a good trade. Anyways, hopefully, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I could highlight you how the Badger is looking like, or I suppose to say how the Breaker is looking like, and what is the perfect recipe in order to be successful with this tank. And I hope you were entertained as well, because I was. Anyways, thank you very much for watching and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.